So the other day I put a new valve cover gasket on Honey Baby's Volkswagen, and she's been sitting here ever since on the lift, and you can see a little oily spot right here, which is right under this part of the motor, which as you can see is wet. There's a drip of oil right there, which is right about where y'all may remember I was talking about these push rod tubes leaking. In fact, you can see the tube, I think, if there's enough light. Right up in there, you can see the ends of those tubes. And those tubes, if you notice, they slant down. The side toward the head, which is that way, is higher than the side toward the engine. The idea that the oil runs back down into the engine there. These tubes fit in there they're sort of crushed into place. And once they're crushed into place, they don't spring back. So if they get tired, in other words, if they get crushed, they can become not so tight. They make push rod tubes that are adjustable. In other words, you can put them up in there and adjust them out into place. And they make them that have springs in them. And the ones out of springs often are made out of plastic. Although I have found some made out of stainless steel. The plastic ones I have used before with success. Some people say, oh, I don't like those, but you know, I've not really had any problem with them. The stainless steel ones have kind of what they call a double seal, meaning there's two O-rings in the stainless steel ones that basically seal them. And I haven't tried them before, but I think they might work pretty well. What I'm going to be doing this morning is popping these screws under here on this piece of tin out and sort of bending this down. It looks like there's only 3 screws in that anyway. And I will take the valve cover gasket, the valve cover off. I'll take the rocker arms off. I'll pull the rods out. I'll crush these tools with some sort of big screwdriver or something, and then I will install those spring-loaded tubes in there, and we'll put it all back together and see if that stops this leak. If it does, I don't see any leakage up on the front of the motor, and generally if there was a leak on the top of the motor where the oil cooler is, there's an oil cooler inside of that fan shroud that sometimes leak. But if that was leaking, I would expect oil to be down in here or coming down all around, you know. And since all the oil I see is really at the ends of those push rod tubes, I'm fairly confident that's going to be the guilty party. So that's my first goal for today, is to change those. If I get those done, I'll go back to putting the seats back in the Ford. I probably want to get the Ford out and drive it around. I'm thinking about actually wiring the Ford for a trailer hitch. This Ford is a 6-volt reverse polarity, which makes it so that I can't hook it to a regular trailer and have the trailer lights work. But I could wire I could run a wire to it. I've got some little trailer lights that are magnetic. And I was thinking I could, I believe these are them, I was thinking I could put 6-volt bulbs in these magnetic lights. I might be able to use them with my trailer. So I'm kind of thinking about that. So that's my short list of things to do today.